Welcome to the online class. This class is started by a new teacher. Your old teacher, the previous teacher, has been transferred. My name is Father Joseph. You may find difficulty in understanding me because I am new to you. You are new to my way of speaking, my style of English, and my pronunciation. But you don't worry about that. After some time, after listening to me, you will gradually understand me. So today, I am going to teach you clauses. That is the 15th chapter of the textbook. We know that a clause is a group of words which forms part of a sentence and which contains a subject and a predicate. The predicate may be a single finite verb or it may be a set of words which contain a finite verb. In simple way, a clause is a group of words in a special order having a finite verb and having a complete sense. Look at the example. Birds sing, B-I-R-D-S, birds sing, S-I-N-G, sing. I have a remote controlled robot. I have a remote, R-E-M-O-T-E, control, C-O-N-T-R-O-L-L-E-D, control robot, R-O-B-O-T. A clause needs to have a finite verb. Look at this sentence. He writes home every day. He writes home every day. It is a clause. It has a finite verb. Which is the finite verb? That is writes, W-R-I-T-E-S. It is in the present tense. They took the chairs out into the garden. They took the chairs, C-H-A-I-R-S, out into the garden. The finite verb is took, T-O-O-K, took. It is in past tense. Finite verb carries tense and change according to person and number. Finite verbs carry tense and change according to person and number. Given below is a list of finite and non-finite verbs. Finite, present tense form. Non-finite, infinitives. What is infinitives? Are 2 plus base form of the verb. Infinitive is 2 plus base form of the verb. You might have learned early what is base form of the verb. Write, wrote, written. Write is present tense, wrote is past tense, written is past participle. So here The first one is right, that is called base form or root form, RWT root form. ING form, that is non-finite. Finite verb has complete sense, complete in itself. Non-finite is not complete in itself. ING form of the verb, when we add ing to the base form of the verb, we get ing form of the verb. Example, write, W-R-I-T, write, that is base form, plus ing, that is equal to writing, that is ing form of the verb. Then past participle, each verb has its own past participle. It is also come under non-finite verb. Look the exercise 1. Identify the finite verb in each sentence and mark out the clauses in each. Identify the finite verb in each sentence and mark out the clauses in each. I will do couple of exercises for you. The remaining exercises you should have done in a fair book. Everybody left after the ceremony. Everybody left, L-E-F-T, left after the ceremony. C-R-E-M-O-N-Y. Here the finite verb is left. They expect that Tina would do all the work. They expect that Tina would do all the work. Here, two finite verb. One is expect, E-X-P-E-C-T. Second is would do. Another example, Meena has submitted her paper. Meena has submitted her paper. The finite verb is has submitted. Now, let us learn more about clauses. In English, the clauses are generally divided into two: main clauses and subordinate clauses. Main clauses and subordinate clauses. Look at these sentences. I trust him because he always keeps his word. I trust him because he always keeps his word. My daughter loves pasta, which she eats every day. My daughter loves pasta, which she eats every day. Let us identify the subjects and finite verbs in these sentences. The first sentence, the subject I is followed by the verb trust, and later the subject he is followed by the verb keeps. I shall repeat once more. Look at the first sentence. I trust him because he always keeps his word. This sentence has having two clauses. I trust him, one clause, because he always keeps K-E-E-P-S, his word, another clause. So it has two finite verbs, trust and keep. The second one, my daughter loves pasta which she eats every day. Here also two clauses. My daughter loves pasta which she eats every day. So there are two finite verbs, loves and eats. So what is a main clause? Main clause is complete in itself. It has complete sense. It doesn't depend on another clause. So such clause is called main clause. Same example, I trust him, that is the main clause because the meaning is complete. There is no need of any other sentence to complete the meaning of that sentence or clause. So it is main clause. Because he always keeps his word, that is a subordinate clause. It doesn't have complete sense without the principal clause. So the whole sentence, the whole clause has meaning only with the principal clause. I trust him because he always keeps his word. So that's the difference between main clause and subordinate clause. Subordinate clause doesn't have complete sense. It doesn't stand by itself. It has to depend on the main clause. The same example, I trust him, that is principal clause. Because he always keeps his word, that is subordinate clause. Because he always keeps his word doesn't have complete sense. It has complete sentence with the principal clause. So this clause is called subordinate clause or dependent clause. Subordinate, S-U-B-U-R-D-A-N-A-T clause or dependent, D-P-N-D-E-N-D, dependent clause. So that is main clause and subordinate clause. I hope you understand. And there are examples. Look at the exercise 2. The instruction is identify the main clause and subordinate clause in each of these sentences. You have to identify which is main clause, which is subordinate clause. I will do a couple of examples and the remaining things you have to do it yourself. The old man picked up the bottle that was lying on the ground. The old man picked up the bottle that was lying on the ground. Here the principal clause or main clause. Main clause is also called as principal clause. So the principal clause or main clause is the old man picked up the bottle. The subordinate clause or dependent clause is that was lying on the ground. Second example, mother was alarmed to see the front door open when she came home. Mother was alarmed to see the front door open when she came home. Here the main clause or principal clause is mother was alarmed to see the front door open. The dependent clause or subordinate clause is when she came home. The fourth exercise. When we were in Mumbai, we always walked to school. When we were in Mumbai, we always walk to the school. Here the principal clause is we always walk to school. The subordinate clause is when we were